Hello friends, this is Sanjay Barnwal. Today I'll be talking on point of indifference, how it is calculated and what's the benefits of point of indifference. So let's go on. Point of indifference is mainly used to determine a firm's optimal capital structure. So firms normally opt for two kinds of financing in terms of their long-term requirement, and it could be debt or equity. So when the firm has equal earning per share from both the financing options, it is called an indifference point. So point of indifference gives you the EBIT level at which the EPS from the two options will be same, and that's why it is called point of indifference. How do we calculate point of indifference? So the formula for calculating point of indifference is as follows. So you have x, which is point of indifference, minus I1. I1 refers to interest under alternative financial plan 1. Then you have 1 minus t. T is tax rate, and then minus preference share dividend, and you divide it by n1. N1 refers to number of equity shares under alternative 1. Then the second part is x minus I2. I2 again refers to interest under alternative financial plan 2, and then you multiply it with 1 minus t, again tax rate, and then subtract it with preference share dividend, and finally you divide it by n2, which is number of equity shares under alternative 2, and this gives you the point of indifference. There are also some other uses apart from the optimal capital structure. Identifying that optimal capital structure, you can use indifference point for some other purposes, like if you are going for a production plan, so you can calculate whether it is better to go for production plan or buy it from outside. So you can use that. Similarly, you have different marketing plans or quality improvement programs. So many areas you can use for the indifference point. Now let me take you to the Excel file where I'll explain you how you can calculate it. So this is the example I have for you. This is existing capital structure of a company, and we have a total 5 crore rupees of shares divided into 50 lakhs equity shares of 10 rupees each. Then you have 2 lakhs preference shares where you pay 3 rupees dividend. So 6 lakhs is your dividend payout on preference shares. Tax rate is 35%. So now the firm needs 80 lakhs as additional capital for their expansion plan. This is your interest on debentures. So let's assume two scenarios. First scenario is 100% you want to do the equity financing, and in the second scenario you say 1/3 is equity and 2/3 is debt. So I plot all these data from the formula perspective here. This is the formula to derive my point of indifference. So I1 in case of scenario 1 is 0 because 100% is equity finance. In case of scenario plan 2, I will be paying 12% on rupees 53 lakhs 33,000. So this is 6 lakhs 40,000. Then the tax rate is 35%. Preference shares dividend I pay 6 lakhs. Then number of equity shares. In option 1, I will be having 50 lakhs number of shares plus 8 lakhs from here. So total 58 lakhs. In case of N2, I will be having 50 lakhs plus 2 lakhs 66,000. Then X comes as 7 lakh 7.883 lakhs. So 78 lakh 83,000 is my point of indifference. This value I derive it using goal-seek formula. So let me show you first. Let me remove this value. So you can see here, if I use the formula mention on, this is my LHS and this is my RHS. This part is RHS, this part is LHS. So in LHS, when I apply this formula, I get 0.10345 minus, and then RHS is minus 0.19291, and the LHS minus RHS should equal to 0. So how do I get that? I use goal seek option in Excel. So set the cell where you want it to be 0, then make change the value to 0. So you want it to be 0, and how that will become 0? By changing a value in from this cell. Then click OK. See, now I have got 0 value, and this is my point of indifference. This also gets proven by here. So these are the two financing plans: 100% equity and debt equity. So my EBIT is 78 lakh 83,000 coming from this place. Then I reduce the interest in the second plan, and I get this profit before tax. Then I reduce tax amount, and I get the profit after tax. Okay. And finally, I reduce the preference shares dividend from both the plans, and I get the final amount available for equity shareholders. And then I divide it by number of equity shares, and I get the earning per share. You can see in both the places I am getting 0.78. So this proves the indifference point of 78 lakh 83,000 is correct. So that's it, friend. Hope you liked my video. Thanks for liking it, and please subscribe to my channel.